Welcome to Storytime. Here at Storytime, we read stories for children. And at the end, I'll share with you important life lessons learned from the story. In today's story, we learn why it is important to listen to those who love you. Welcome back to Storytime. I am Miss Diamond, and I am excited to be here with you for another episode of Storytime with Miss Diamond. In this episode, we are reading the story of The Weaver's Wish, which talks about the importance of listening to your loved ones who care about you. I am Miss Diamond, and I love reading stories to children. Before we get started, be sure to hit the subscribe button so that you can see all of the other Storytime videos. And remember also to click on the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever a new episode is ready for you to review. Are you ready? Let's get started. Today's vocabulary word is boon. B-O-O-N. Boon. A boon is a blessing or a benefit. Something that you didn't expect, perhaps something that you don't necessarily deserve. It's like a gift. Boon, a blessing or a benefit. Let's read the story of The Weaver's Wish. Once upon a time, there lived a poor weaver. One day, his wife asked him to get some firewood, so he went to a nearby forest to cut a tree down to get the firewood. But when he lifted his axe to cut the tree, a miracle happened. The tree said, "Stop!" The weaver could not believe his ears. It was a talking tree. The tree would grant him a wish if he promised not to chop it down. The weaver did not know what to wish for, so he went home and he asked his wife for a suggestion. His wife suggested to ask the tree to turn him into a king. The weaver agreed, and he left to go back to the tree. On the way to the tree, however, he met his neighbor. The weaver told him everything and that he would be a king soon. The neighbor became jealous upon hearing this. So he said to the weaver, "Don't ask to be a king. Ask the tree to give you 4 hands instead, so that you can weave double the amount of clothes and make more money." This simple weaver thought that it was a brilliant idea, and he did just that. The tree granted him the wish. The weaver weaved a lot of clothes in less time, but sadly, all the people who came to buy his clothes looked at his 4 hands and got scared. They ran away thinking he was some kind of demon. Nobody bought his clothes, and he remained poor forever. Thus, the weaver had wasted his boon. Had he listened to his wife, who was his well-wisher, he would have been king. That's the story of The Weaver's Wish. Now let's review what happens in this story. There was a very poor weaver who went to the forest to cut down a tree to get some firewood, perhaps. But the tree miraculously spoke out and said, "No, don't cut me down. I'll give you a wish." Now, when he went home to consult with his wife gave him excellent advice. I imagine that the wife loved the weaver very much. They were married and they had a relationship of marriage. They cared about one another. But instead of listening to his wife, who cared for him, the weaver decided to listen to a neighbor who was jealous. Now, jealousy does not come from a good place. Jealousy happens when you want what someone else has, and you're usually not too happy for them for whatever it is that they have. That's not coming from such a good place. So therefore, when he listened to the jealous neighbor and got that wish to have 4 hands, well, that didn't do him any good. So perhaps the takeaway here is that when you're looking for advice, when you're trying to figure out what to do, listen to those who love you, like your parents, your grandparents, someone in your family, maybe a teacher, depending on whether or not they really care about you. Make sure you're listening to good advice and not advice from haters or those who are jealous or those who don't wish the best for you. And remember our vocabulary word. Did you hear it in the story? It was boon. A boon is a blessing or a benefit. And when you receive a boon or a blessing in your life, think about what you want to do with that. Giving thanks is always a great first step. I am Miss Diamond, and I love reading stories for children. Thanks so much for being with me here today, and I hope you enjoyed the story of The Weaver and the Wish. Bye-bye. See you on the next episode.